Now that we got that piss poor show out the way, we can move forward with a lot of stuff that's going on. But it's not like Sony isn't still trying to do their thing. They're still trying to push their foot into the door. So they coming out with prices and stuff and half-ass stuff that we know that they don't ever do anything right. But again, try to purchase, try to get you to purchase, try to be exactly who we know that they're not gonna be. And at the same time, we got some trailers popping up, and we do have some Game Pass stuff that we need to talk about here. So let's get into these topics. This is what we need to talk about.
We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And I am so happy that you made it back here. But if this is your first time finding this channel, please take my invite and become a member, or like, follow, and subscribe, and follow the channel as we bring you Xbox coverage, the most positive Xbox coverage that you're going to get on the web lately. You know, a lot of times you get a lot of dudes out here with the doom and gloom. That's not what you're going to get from me. You're going to get me putting the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know exactly how we do it over here. We run it up on them dudes. We're going to state the facts, and we're going to state exactly what's going on in this gaming space. Well, without further ado, my boys over there in blue, Kong, if you will, has done something stupid yet again. So let's talk about the stupidity of Kong. Okay, the PlayStation VR has now released, or they're about to release the support for the VR headset. And Sony released an adapter August 7th, 2024, which allows the PlayStation VR2 virtual reality headset to work on a PC after announcing incoming PC support for the headset in February. PlayStation blog post today confirmed that the adapter will be available for $60 in August. The adapter connects a single USB-C connector found on the PlayStation VR and allows owners to play PC VR games like Half-Life Alyx without previously required PCR headset like Valve, Index, and MetaQuest. The adapter doesn't come with everything required to plug and play, however, as play will also need to purchase a DisplayPort cable compatible with the DisplayPort 1.4. Most obviously, a VR-ready gaming PC. A Steam account is required to play Steam VR games too. So this comes incomplete. Sony is charging you $60 for an incomplete package. The minimum requires for the VR2 will run on PC was also shared and can be seen below. Sony didn't provide word on recommended or higher spec requirements. Intel Core 6 equivalent processor, GeForce GTX 1650 equivalent graphics card, 8 gigabits of RAM are required at the very least. Due to the PlayStation VR being designed specifically for the PlayStation 5, Sony offered a disclaimer that users who wish to buy the adapter will notice that some key features, such as HDR, headset feedback, eye tracking, adaptive triggers, are not available when playing on PC. Are not available. So why am I spending $60 on this? However, some high fidelity and sensory immersion features on PlayStation VR2, such as the 110-degree field of vision view, finger touch detection, and see-through view 4K resolution will be available. Why the F would I get this headset when HDR, the headset feedback, and eye tracking and adaptive triggers, a staple within Sony, is not available? Here's the specs needed. They talk about a new lease on life. Look how nice these dudes are. A new lease on life on a dead piece of hardware. Sony hopes the PC adapter alongside incoming games like Metro Awaken VR will breathe new life into its year-old headset. It's only been a year and this thing is dead in the water. The device seemingly lost momentum despite its technical powers, though Sony hasn't shared figures since revealing that the PlayStation has sold 600,000 within 6 weeks of February 23 launch. Yeah, I don't even think they sold that, so it certainly don't sound good behind the scenes. Sony Interactive Entertainment head of global financial Eric Lampo told that the Financial Times in December 2023 the VR was a bit of a challenging category right now. The road to VR also tracked by Amazon's sales of Sony headset compared to MetaQuest 2 and 3. Right now, later this month found both had significantly outsold the PlayStation VR 2. Hey, Christopher Hart. MetaQuest 2 and 3 sold significantly more than the VR. Bloomberg reported that Sony had allegedly paused production on the PlayStation VR. I told you they stopped making these things. The PC's VR perhaps makes the headset more enticing to those put off by its $550 price tag, plus, $400. I told you it's like $1,200 to get in and get out. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. Top-notch visual quality, immersion, tactile feel. Not telling you that the thing felt like cheap plastic. I got one. We're going to talk about it. $550 of flimsy plastic. When I tell people some parts of this just feel so cheap. Some feel good. Some feel so cheap. When I put it up against my MetaQuest Pro, when I put it up against my MetaQuest 2, build-wise, it's not as good, right? The PlayStation VR 2 had tons of obstacles. First, when I told people it would be $1,200 for you to get in, people laughed at me, thought I was lying, talking about that it would be $1,200 for the piece. Ignorant idiots. You cannot use this device if you don't have a PlayStation 5. So, in knowing that and in stating that, you need to pay $550 for that. You need to pay $500 and some change for the PlayStation, and then you need to get games. Your total cost for this investment, $1,200. Now you're going to say to me, King, that's a whole lot cheaper than having a PC and doing that same thing. Well, with the MetaQuest 2, MetaQuest and MetaQuest Pro, you just purchase and go, right? And I always told you that was the biggest asset that they had. And the fact that this thing has wires up the wazoo. The wire game is crazy. So that within itself is a barrier of entry for anybody that's looking to game in the VR space. So, a lot of times people think hate is just there to hate. I support more than most. Actually, I support more than the PlayStation dudes. A lot of you dudes are still stuck on the PlayStation 4. But with that new adapter that they put on for the PC, this gives it a new lease on life. And to be honest with you, when you use the Meta Quest, any one of them, and you're linking it to your PC, you use a wire. All right, so you tether it in. You can do it without it, but you tether it in if you want the optimum fidelity. And that's where the PlayStation shines. I think their fidelity is a little bit better than the Pro and stuff like that. Will it survive? Will it be better? Will it do stuff? I don't know. I mean, I think it's dead in the water. Sony could stop production on it. I think they just want to sell out whatever stock that they do have, and whoever has it has a relic. I told you, dudes. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know exactly how we do it over here. We run it up on them guys. We're going to push the boundaries. We're going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. These flubs and these missteps, this is part of the problem. And this is the reason why they won't survive this generation. Well, looky what we have here. Paramount and Sundance agreed to a deal in terms as the merger inches closer. Shares rose over 7%. But wait, I thought Sony was supposed to be trying to buy these dudes. Sony doesn't have the money to do this. They needed Apollo. And Apollo wasn't in on the crap. So, again, we're looking at situations where you guys really think that they're able to do things that they're not able to do. And I told you before that Sony wasn't that dude. Sony is not who you thought they was. And the base facts of the matter is Sundance came in to make this deal. Paramount Global, David Ellison, Skydance Media have agreed to deal terms on a potential merger which currently awaits approval from controlling shareholders. Sharon Redstone, an individual familiar with the matter, told The Wrap on Monday. Skydance's latest offer, which backed by a consortium of investors, included Redbird Capital, KKR, and has received support from the media conglomerate Independent Special Committee, which will give Redstone $2.2 billion for National Amusements, which owns 77% of Paramount's class of voting stock and 5.2% of its Class B common stock. The second step will see Sundance merge Paramount to create a combined company. In total, the deal will be valued at around $8 billion, up from $5 billion previously discussed. Again, people in the know knew that Sony did not have the bread. I told you dudes that would not happen. That was just smoke screens to keep their name in the know, when those that do know knew they didn't have the capital to make such things happen. Again, a failure at the hands of Sony. Now you know you don't got money like that. You know damn well your pockets was thin and you was trying to win. You was trying to get in and trying to catch a win. You know damn well that you don't have cash like that. So you called your man Apollo like, yo, Apollo, I need you to lend me some bread, son. Apollo like, yo, what for, B? Oh, I want to pick up Paramount. Word, what you doing with Paramount? Well, they got the Halo stuff and they got a lot of space stuff. And you know, I'm trying to merge that into my movie catalog so I can just, move forward with this movie stuff. Apollo's like, all right, so what do I get out of it when I'm lending you this bread? Oh, I could pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Apollo like, yo, B, you still ain't paid Bungie that $3.6 billion that you went in with the loan on that. What's up with that? Well, we getting right. We didn't hit our projected numbers, but this year we're gonna do better. But I need my money, bro. Like if I lend you this bread, I need my money. I got you, B. I got you. All right. Apollo, stop picking up your phone calls. Well, shout out to Sundance for having the money and Sundance going out to purchase Paramount, start this merger. Shout out to Sundance for doing exactly what they needed to do to get this stuff done. Shout out to Sundance for being who Sundance needed to be. The people's with the cash. That looks like it's going to go through. So all you pork begging ponies that was sitting out here talking about, oh, we got to do this. Understand where you are in the hierarchy of life. You're not who you think you are. You're not as bad as you think you are. You're absolutely not them dudes. Just because Microsoft can go out and do 70 billion deals, 8 billion deals, knock stuff out of the park, buy people, this, that, and the third, you think you dudes can do that. No, you are the layaway dudes. You the check dude. Stop playing, B. You the TCL lovers. Stop playing, B. You know exactly who you are. Big bank, eat little bank all day. Now go sit your little wallet behind down in the corner and go wait for some games to show up. You pork beggars got there. You're sitting there. You're going to watch our show, right? Yo, want to see our show. Yo, whack show. Now, the reason why I showed that Venom trailer is because Venom is supposed to have a game with Sony. And I don't know if they're going to announce it around the launch of the movie and tie it in with the movie. That would be smart. It was large sections of Spider-Man 2 that was cut out where you were actually able to use Venom. And if they cut out those sections in order to come back and revisit those same sections and put that game out with those sections with, Venom doing symbiote stuff to coincide with the movie, I think that's a good idea. Don't leave that stuff on the cutting room floor. And maybe at the same time, you get a chance to put out that multiplayer game. I do think that multiplayer game had life. I do think that multiplayer game was something that I would look forward to. As y'all can see, I'm huge in the Marvel situation, so I was really rooting for that. So this means a lot to me, to be honest with you, because I am hugely into the Marvel universe, and that will really work well, with me. Even though Sony has taken a different take on the Spider-Man universe, I personally watched all the movies so far, or both of the movies, and I'm seeing a little inconsistencies and some stuff, but I think they're trying to tie up some things. So I'm gonna wait for the movie to give my final critique. But at the same time, I'm super excited. Every day we're getting closer and closer and closer to flying out to Cali, and that's on Thursday. And we're going to, have the IGN show. We're going to have Keighley's Game Fest, and then we're going to have the Microsoft Fan Fest. That stuff is super exciting. Can't wait for that. We're going to look at some of this Game Pass stuff real quick, and then, we'll wrap up. But I want to know what you guys expect from the show. Okay, so recently added games that we have here for our Game Pass, and I haven't did this in a couple of weeks. I haven't done it in 2 weeks. So Humanity, that game has come up, and really don't install too much on my PC, but this is the game, and it's in entirety is a puzzle game. I actually wanted to play this puzzle game on my PlayStation VR. I thought it was supposed to be dope. Everybody I heard that played it on the PlayStation VR, I heard good things about it. Looks pretty cool. Looks like something I can get into. Like Lemons, but in 3D with people. I used to love that game back in the days. I'm gonna see what it's about. It looks like tons of people. Gets a little bit wacky. Looks a little bit cool. All right, let's go into Lords of the Fallen. Now, I've downloaded Lords of the Fallen, and this is Lords of the Fallen version 1.5. All right, and I ain't gonna sit here and hold you. When I'm talking about feeling like Elden Ring, like from the jump, I'm not even gonna lie. It felt exactly like Elden Ring from the beginning, and it has a little mystical thing to it. Like you use your this lantern to reveal different parts of the world, to let you go through walls and stuff. Very enticing. That's the lantern that I'm talking about. That right there, that lantern right there. It looks incredible, looks fun. It plays very smooth. It has a performance mode and a graphic mode. It's really, really cool. So I just started playing it. I don't know how much I'm going to get a chance to play it, because Elden Ring DLC is coming out soon. And I just downloaded Destiny, the Final Shape. So again, my life is about to be stolen from me yet again. All right, so we have Moving Out. Moving Out is, what is it? Moving Out is back and wacky. Oh, this Moving Out 2. Back and wacky than ever, and now online play. Wow, that's crazy. Return to pack more and use your moving skills across brand new dimensions and add some old favorites. Help rebuild smooth moves and become an all-star fart. Furniture arrangement relocation technician. Hey, yo. There's a lot of cool dudes here that you get a chance to pick. And you get a chance to move stuff. I guess that's fun in co-op mode. You and your kids, or you and your friends, teaming up, moving stuff in and out of the house. I guess you get extra incentive to not break stuff, but it looks like they're tearing stuff up here. I don't know. Is this something that I get a chance to play with my kid? I don't know, maybe. I don't think so, but quite possibly. It looks like a Nintendo Switch game. Galacticare. Okay, what is this? Save the galaxy one patient at a time. As the new director, Galactic Care, you will build and manage a series of hospitals to keep your patients alive as long as possible for money. Yo. And also because it's the right thing to do. They put that money first. Okay, so I guess this is like whatchamacallit, sim game. Like, you know, like sim, what is it? People sim. I guess so. Get to build hospitals, but it's in you know, galaxy far, far away type of thing. I guess that's it type of thing. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not into sim people, those games. I'm not into that stuff. But it looks like it's cool. Maybe if this is up your alley. Boy, it's pretty extensive though. I'm not gonna lie. A whole planet? That's kind of crazy. Oh, it looks decent. And they got aliens and stuff like that. I don't know. Might be something that's up your alley if you're into those sim home and sim people games. It's cool. 3 of my friends is playing it. Got a Metascore of 78. I don't know. All right. Hauntity. What is this? A Bengali adventure in which you uncover the secrets of an expansive and mysterious world haunting both the environment and denizens to craft indigenous solutions to many challenges that await. Artsy fartsy. That's what that said to me. It said artsy fartsy, King. And yeah. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you and say that this is something that I'm going to check out. That's why they put Lords of the Fallen there for me. And then you got Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. We went over that, and Immortals of Albion. So really, if you want your action, you got the Lords of the Fallen, you got the Hellblade 2, and you got Immortals of Albion. What was the other games that was earlier this month? You have the Brothers and Chanting of Sanaa, Big Kitty Cat joint. And I'm telling you, this Tomb Raider means a lot. And Have a Nice Death is pretty cool as well. Oh, that's Game Pass. What to play. Game Pass is really robust. It's showing so many different layers to it. I mean, Lords of the Fallen looks great for me. The Humanity game, that looks like something nice. I really wanted to do it with my VR, so I'll probably pick it up on the PlayStation to do the VR, even though I have it in Game Pass. You know, I could probably play it without it if I get a chance to see the differences between the two, and I can probably tell y'all the differences if you happen to have the VR or whatever. Also, you saw that there was Immortals of Albion that was there as well. And listen, some of the games like Galactica, that stuff, you know, those sim games, some stuff may not be for you, or Haunted, those stuff may not be for you, but it is for somebody. And remember, this is a gaming community, so we always have to think about it. But all right, so with that being said, what are you guys looking forward to? What do you guys want me to capture footage of? Who do you want me to talk to? Who do you want me to interview? What do you want from the King while I'm there in Cali? While I'm at Games Fest, while I'm at IGN Fest, or whatever the IGN thing is called, while I'm at Fan Fest for Xbox. Who do you want me to talk to? What do you want me to cover? What do you want me to bring you? What do you want me to do? What games do you want to see? What do you want to know more about? What do you want from the King? But this is the part in the video where I'm going to tell you to like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment at the bottom, and I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw it on that PlayStation adapter piece. And I'm going to tell them, you know, man, get over here, get your stuff right. But also I'm going to tell that thing, you know what you got to do? You got to try to play the Game Pass.